I think it is safe to say that Call of Duty Warzone is the most successful Call of Duty game to date. And that's saying something, especially from somebody that comes from the golden age of Call of Duty, where Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 was what we played when I was a child. It hits the ear wrong to say that a new Call of Duty title is considered the best. But it's the truth. Call of Duty Warzone has over 85 million players. And they may not be all active at one time, but that is how many that is downloaded, and it is climbing. Those numbers are insane. That's absurd. I can't think of a Call of Duty game that's ever come that close to anything like that. I think that's almost triple what the previous record was. So with this many people online and this many people playing, there's going to be a lot of new players and a lot of just different people playing that have never really played Call of Duty before, at least not this type of Call of Duty game with it being Battle Royale. So in this video, I want to discuss bunkers and access codes. In this video, I want to talk about the red cards, the access codes, and even the shacks. So this is going to be for new players. So this is for you guys. This is going to be an easy to understand video, something where you can see where everything is exactly, and the access codes or the red cards that go to those bunkers. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. We are going to start things off with the red access card bunkers. So our first bunker is going to be next to Dam. It's going to be on the right side of Dam if you're looking at it from the bottom or, from the creek. I typically like to start at the houses right next to Dam. If you start at those houses, you can jump off the side of the ledge and land on the rocks coming down and just easily make your way down. And it's a very easy way to kind of get down there without really getting too noticed. And when you climb down that hill, you'll see it. It's just right there. It's real hard to miss. It's usually a flat area right there. Super easy, guys. It's just right there. You need a red access card, like I said, but no big deal. Next up, let's talk about military base. Now, this is going to be the hardest red access bunker out of all of them. Well, I said it's going to be the hardest. It's going to be one of the hardest. I think it's the hardest out of all of them. It's just because you can't find it on the map. It's typically next to the frozen lake, right next to military base. It's between the frozen lake and military base itself. It's just in kind of an obscure location. The way I kind of like to start, if you're really new to it, there's a very large statue at the top of the hill above military base. If you take that statue and go down into, like you're going to go into military and turn right and just go straight about probably somewhere around 142, somewhere around that area in that direction, and just go straight and you'll go over the hill and it should just be right there in front of you guys. Like I said, it's right in between the frozen lake and right in between military. It's just kind of a hard place to pinpoint on map. I'm hoping this video helps get the point across to you guys. So next up, we have the one by Quarry. This bunker isn't too hard to find. It's probably the easiest bunker out of all of them to find, really. It's at the very top right-hand corner of Verdansk. It is right in between the road and the creek bed up by Quarry, like I said. And the way I like to get down to this one is to, well, drop down onto it. I like to take the mountainside and come down with the cover of the trees and everything and drop down on it and open the bunker as quickly as I can. That is a wide open area. There's a lot of people that hang out by Quarry that can see you, that can take you out pretty quickly with a sniper rifle. So you can do what you want with that. I just recommend taking the high ground and trying to sneak around with the cover of the trees and everything. After that, we are going to the one by the ocean on the bottom left-hand side. Not quite to the corner, but it is kind of far down there towards the left. This one is next. I think it's a little bit easier to find the military because you can at least run the edge to find it, but there is really no way to see it on maps. So there is a house very close by up top. It is like a house with two little shacks in it. Keep a lookout for those because that bunker is going to be right there. and just look out for it. There'll be some rocks to drop down in, and as you walk up to it, you'll see it. It's not going to be too hard to find. You're just going to have to walk that edge, and it'll be, like I said, it'll be right by those houses. So last but not least, guys, we have prison. Prison is going to be one of the easier ones to find. It may not be quite as easy as Quarry, just because of where it's at and how contested it can be, but it's just right there at the bottom right hand side, really close to prison. If you're looking at prison on the map, it's going to be right at the right hand side of prison, kind of at the top of it, in that cliff side where the bridge is. You can come at it from prison, from the bottom, from the top, wherever you want to come from, guys. It's super easy to get to. It's super easy to see. It's going to be a hot place. Prison's always a hot place to drop. There's people everywhere, people hanging out at prison waiting to snipe. So just be careful at that drop. It's a very hot area, and it's a very hard place to run from if somebody sees you. So with that being said, guys, let's move on to the access code bunkers. Starting things off with our access code bunkers is going to be the southwest side of Scrapyard. Now, when you drop in on an access code bunker, you need to drop in on it first. If you try to go somewhere else and loot and come back to it, it's not likely anything's going to be there. Most people drop in on them first, and they drop in hot. This particular bunker was a lot hotter than I thought it was going to be. There's not a lot of loot at this bunker, so I was really shocked to find how many people drop in here. But if you manage to clear everything out, get rid of everybody, and get in this bunker, the access code is 972-641-38. Now, like I said, there's not a whole lot of loot in this bunker. There's enough to get you a loadout, and a lot of times there's a buy station on top of this bunker. So if you can get it cleared out and get in there, you'll get what you need to get your first loadout and be ahead of everybody and start getting those kills. Next up, we have the bunker on the northwestern side of Scrapyard. That's right, folks. The next bunker is on the same side of the map, just a couple hundred meters north of the first bunker we just talked about. So if you drop in on this bunker, it's not as badly contested as the southern one for some reason. It seems to have maybe the same amount of loot, maybe a little bit more. But I would recommend dropping here before I drop in on the southwestern side of Scrapyard. So when you drop in here, you'll notice there'll be 3 doors, like there's 3 different bunkers. You want to go in on the right-hand side. When you go in that door, you'll turn right and go down the ladder. And when you run down that ladder, you'll see it set up like the rest of the bunkers. And you'll run up to the key code and put in 876-24851. Like I said, it's got a decent amount of loot. It's not, it's not like the one we're about to talk about next, but it has just as much, if not maybe a little bit more, than the first bunker we talked about. So now, like I said, now we're moving on to the big bunker. The last but not least, biggest access code bunker is Park. The infamous Park, the one you probably have heard about or have seen, and the one that everybody drops in at. This is a very hot bunker. Always somebody going there. You have to grind to get into this bunker. So when you drop in at Park, you can find it with that big monument statue right there next to the ocean, close to downtown. You will drop in there, bust in, get as much as you can, mini kills, do everything you can, pick up a weapon, drop in on top of the bunker and grab a weapon. There's usually one there. Just do what you can to clear that area out and get inside that bunker before somebody else gets you. The access code number to that bunker is 602-745-13. There is a lot of loot in this bunker. If you do quads, there's plenty for you and your whole team. Loads of satchels and weapons and self-revives and anything that you may need just to get you started, and loads of money to get that loadout, and maybe a couple of UAVs, at least one. This bunker is gigantic, so I would recommend going to this bunker out of all of them. If you got a little bit of experience, you can drop some people, get some kills. I highly recommend going to Park Bunker before any of the other ones. So for the final portion of this video, I want to talk about the shacks. There are 3 shacks around Verdansk that take access codes. They're not somewhere I would want to drop in on, but they're nice to know about if you are passing by or going through that area, and it's a good way to open up a red box and get some money, maybe get a satchel or a self-revive or something like that. So the first one I want to talk about is next to prison on the bottom right-hand side of the map. If you're looking at prison, it's going to be to the left of it. It's going to be kind of in between port and prison. It's just a very small shack. You can see it on the map. The access code number is 729-485-31. Like I said, there's not a lot in there. You typically is a box in there. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be in the middle of farmland. This is going to be kind of the hardest to find. There's a big building in the middle of farmland. And it's not really a shack, like I said, it's more of a building, but when you go into the bottom of this building, it's kind of like a stable, I guess. You will see this doorway and there'll be an access code next to it. And the access code number is 492-851-63. Now, there's a couple times I've gotten in this place and there wasn't a box at all. Just a weapon or two, or really just one weapon. I found just one weapon in there before. But you might get lucky. You might get like a self-revive or something out of there. It's just nice to know that it's there. So the very last one I want to talk about is the one at TV Station. So it's kind of out right by itself. If you're looking at the map and you're looking at TV Station, it's going to be to the right, just sitting there by itself, kind of in the middle of a field. If you're running through TV or running past TV, it's nice to know it's there. There usually is a box in there where you can get a little bit of loot. The access code number to it is 274-958-10. So that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful in finding all the bunker locations in Verdansk. I hope this helped you get a better understanding of where everything in Verdansk is, with the benefits of having all the access codes right here on my channel. I will leave those codes in the description below. If you want to check those out, they'll be a little bit easier than shifting through the video and finding all the codes. I want to give a huge shout out to the LXXL team, Mr. Wilson and Stryker. Thank you guys so much for helping me do this video. And also want to give a shout out to Polly Nikes and Sugar Nuga. You guys are awesome as well. This would be a lot harder without friends to help you do it. So you guys are amazing. Appreciate all the help. So if you guys enjoyed the content, please drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're on Facebook, drop a follow. This channel is ever growing. You guys are helping me grow it. This has been so much fun and just something different for me to do, and I'm enjoying every minute of doing this. So please drop a like, drop a follow. The more I can get built up, guys, the more I can do these videos. So I would much appreciate it. So I'll have more videos coming soon, but until then, I'm out.